Hey, I'm live. I'm going to go play some guitar music today. My name's Gary. You are going to swing by the denverguitarorchestra.com website and pick up the sheet music. Levels 1, 2, and 3, and 4 every day. My wife just made me tea, which is very exciting. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Ah, she's awesome. All right. Today I'm going to go post our link here real quick. Link to join. Control V, Shift, highlight, link, edit, open a new window, update, update. All right, and then let's make sure that that'll send everybody this direction. They get about between 6 and 10 players every day, more or less. And we have some nice music this week. We have our intention is to play Three Blind Mice for level one. That turns out to be surprisingly. It starts off beautiful, then it gets hard, then it gets crazy hard. And then Alouette was a two-chord song, really beautiful French tune, Canadian French Canadian, I think they say. America the Beautiful, a little Colorado favorite since it was inspired by being on the top of Pikes Peak. And then, of course, Moon River is our song of the month for level four. And obviously one of the great songs of all time. And so we're working our way through that one. And let's see, who wanted it? Vic is in. Room service, please. I know. I should send her up there with a cup of tea for you. That's what we need. It turns out that when I was a young man, I I don't know if I was really I don't know if I was I don't wasn't thinking about getting married, but Donna came into my life and she was going to get married. So it took her 4 years for me to finally ask, and then we got married 5 years in, and we've been in a death battle to the end ever since. So being married's okay. It's all right. It turns out it's just a good thing. Most of the time you want to murder them, but then sometimes they bring you tea and you're all set. All right. Oh, cinnamon tea. See, that's love right there. That's love. Hey, Pauline, welcome in. All right, guys, let's see. 3:05. We've got a lot to do today, so I think we'll go ahead and get started. Everybody else will get in here as they're getting settled down and ready to play. And so let's go into Three Blind Mice. Get that one open for and this is the last song in level one. So generally speaking, if you were here in town taking my class face to face, this would be sort of a little bit of a quiz time. Making sure that you're about to head off into level two, and the main things are to that you're got at least the really foundational issues correct, and that things are going well for you there. Hey, Elizabeth, welcome in. So foundationally, as you are getting ready to exit level one, are you hold you don't have to hold the guitar the way I tell you to. You do not have to. If you want to be make your life harder, you can absolutely hold the guitar in other ways. But the easiest way is to hold it as if you were standing at the microphone singing to the crowd. And so that's this arrangement. If you are sitting down to practice, it's easiest to have a stool that you put your foot on, or your guitar case, or a stack of books, or something to put your left leg up. And then the body is just leaning up against your body, and your left hand is basically where if you dropped it, it would just fall straight down. That's basically where your left hand lives. Right hand just comes straight across, very comfy. Nice square shoulders, nice square head. Back is not leaning up against the chair you're sitting on. You have a no arm chair, and you're just sitting toward the front edge of that. That's basically ideal posture. The times I've been to competition and seen various players with their right foot dancing all over the place, left foot doesn't really ever move. It's on the stool. It's right there. They do make the thing now where you can keep both feet planted on the ground and put the little do whack-a jigger onto the bottom side of your guitar. Lots and lots of classical players have moved to that contraption. I don't. I tried that contraption for a while, and I found taking it on and off of my guitar to be extremely irritating, and so I don't use that. I'm still old school. I don't. I think I'm too lazy to go through that process, and so I just like to keep the guitar just like this. Sits on my lap, um, legs slightly akimbo, one left leg up, and all that. Did I say hi, Elizabeth? Elizabeth is here today. Very exciting about that. Evelyn is here. Can't wait to try out the new setup guitar. Had a buzz on some chords. He adjusted his truss rod and sanded down a few frets. Perfect. All right. So Evelyn had took her guitar in, had it professionally set up. Always a good idea. So if you have a new guitar, particularly, but even if you have a guitar that's been around a while, a lot of guys will set up guitars in different ways depending on their playing style. And sometimes you'll get a guitar that somebody has set up crazy, and you need to adjust that. Every guitar, no, that's not true. I have one brand. I have no, actually, I have two brand new guitars, and then I have had lots and lots of used guitars over the years. And I always, honestly, I prefer a used guitar because it's broken in and has bugs worked out on it. And so, Evelyn, you are in the process of working out the bugs on your guitar, and that's exciting. Okay, as we continue into level one discussion of whether you're ready to graduate from level one, the next thing would be, hey, do you know how to tune this thing? What's the phrase that pays? And then I wait quietly, and everyone in the room is supposed to say, Eddie ate dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. E A D G B E. And when we're here on YouTube, you just need it close, right? It doesn't have to be dead on exact. But probably the best thing you can do is come sit down 5 minutes early before class, double check your tuning on the guitar. I have never ever sat down and played a guitar without checking the tuning first. And so it's just something that we do as fretted instrument players, is check that tuning. Then the next question I have is, can you play a melody from tablature? That's another level one skill. And right now we're going to play Three Blind Mice, just the melody, guitar melody line from the top. It's 4 beat per measure song. So let's count in 4, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know how many calls asking me if I have voted I'm going to get, but I've had it. I'm turning it on. I'm hitting silent. I never hit silent on my phone until I'm going to bed. Even then, I don't hit it. Silent. Sorry, guys. From the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's play it one more time. I'm using all thumb through here, but you could just as likely, if you're working on a skill set, take your index and middle and play it with those. For to wit, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. because I don't work on that much. It's much more difficult to do it that way. But if you're thinking of, hey man, I'm going to be a classical guitar player, that's something you should be working on every single day. Getting your IMs to be just absolutely automatic. I don't intend to be a classical guitar player. I want to steal some of their best songs and put them into fingerstyle arrangements and play them with various other techniques. But in terms of wanting to be at that top level, I don't. That's not my goal. But it might be a goal for you. And if it is, one, you got to have a plastic string guitar. Two, you got to get really good with these two fingers. And three, you are going to have to read the standard notation. Now, notice on here, you've got the standard notation that you could start. If you were going to start learning how to read standard notation, you'd start on a song like this: B, A, G, B, A, G, D, C, C, B. Okay, so you would be reading the music up there instead of down on the tablature. I've talked to you guys lots of times before. I am not at all convinced that standard notation is the correct way to play guitar. It's not necessary. It's quaint. It's a good thing. It's very academic and makes you feel like you're smarter than other people, but it's really an elitist program, and it doesn't necessarily fit well on guitar. Tablature is a much smarter system for playing guitar than standard notation. Nevertheless, if you're going to go into academic guitar, you are going to have to know standard notation, and so it might be something that you'd want to work on. A good reminder to use those fingers, right? Thumb is such a great option, and when I'm arranging, I'm really thinking about playing thumb, as most of my players end up playing a little bit like me, which is a little too thumbsy. But definitely spending a little bit of time just playing through the melody with these two fingers. If you're level 2, level 3, level 4, and you're thinking, man, I want to start being able to do that too, you come all the way back to level 1 and you play through those melodies that way. So, all right. So that's the third item out of level 1 I want you to be able to do is play that melody. Make it sound beautiful. Make it sound like Three Blind Mice. Final thing out of level 3, do you know your 4 chords? A chord, D chord, E chord. Isn't that a great chord? And then today's chord is a G chord. Index finger, 2nd fret, 5th string, middle finger, 6th string, 3rd fret, and ring finger, 1st string, 3rd fret. This is the most uncomfortable guitar chord that you learn in the beginning, and you get this. Hey, Arlo. Yeah, Eddie Van Halen passed away today, cancer, 64, very sad. And I don't know what to say about it. I mean, Eddie Van Halen was one of those guys that when I was in college, man, it was just on permanent loop in my ear, and I wish that some of the music they had played had a tiny bit more melody in it, and we would have pulled. I will immediately, if you can think of one of the tunes that actually has a decent melody. He's really known for being just an artful lead guitarist and being able to play stuff that the rest of us mere mortals can't. But if I could just, no songs come immediately to mind that are just have a little singable melody to them, there's riffs that are ridiculous, and so over the next couple of weeks you're going to see a ton of YouTube stuff of people working on putting out their version of Eddie Van Halen stuff. But it's when you're dealing with that stuff, it's really designed for electric guitar and all these specialty techniques and all of this. And what I would say is, to be perfectly honest, when we're playing fingerstyle guitar, a nice melody is really going to be the anchor, something you can sing along to. And just nothing has come to my mind about that. I'll do a little digging and see if we can't find something to do Eddie Van Halen wise. Yeah, it is very sad, as I agree, Pauline. And I would say, at 64, that's brutal. that is not what we're planning on, is it, guys? All right, so let's talk about G chord a little bit, and that's going to be index, middle, ring. Okay, 4 beats in a measure. First time through, pluck, pluck, and you can pluck the six, because you're holding the sixth string down, you can pluck it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Second time through, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time through, you just use your index finger, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So all three of those ways, let's go through it 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 blind mice, 3 blind mice. See how they run, see how they run. They all went after the farmer's wife. She cut off their tails with a carving knife. Have you ever seen such a sight in your life as 3 blind mice? Regular strum. 3 blind mice. Faster. 3 blind mice. See how they run, see how they run. They all went after the farmer's wife. She cut off their tails with a carving knife. Have you ever seen such a sight in your life as 3 blind mice? Okay, up and down. 3 blind mice. 3 blind mice. See how they run. See how they run. They all went after the farmer's wife. She cut off their tails with a carving knife. Have you ever seen such a sight in your life as 3 blind mice? I always call that the Eddie Van Halen finish. But give yourself the flamenco finish. That's all 4 fingers. And just run down your fingernails. So if it's slow, it's flamenco, and if it's fast, it's Eddie Van Halen. That's so dumb. But the idea, so that would tell you if you're ready for level 2, basically. Can I hold the guitar? Can I tune the guitar? Can I play 3 Blind Mice melody? Do I know my 4 chords? Am I able to choose some varying strum patterns over here to make this song come alive? Those are your 4 general groupings that I look for to say, yep, things are going well for you. Be thinking of level 2. Let's think about level 2. Let's move on. Level 2 today is Alouette. This is funny. It just happens that we're also playing Alouette in ukulele, and we're also playing it in baritone ukulele. So this is my 3rd time through today on Alouette. Alouette is a song about a raven, and the raven was making too much noise and waking the person up, and so the person is going out to tear it limb from limb, basically. So not good things is going to happen to the nothing good is going to happen to this raven. And I used to teach this as a chicken plucking song, right? If someone, and then I said, I used to say, anybody have any experience with plucking chickens? And finally, one of my students says, yeah, I used to have to do it. You could tell it brought up bad memories. So I stopped asking that question. All right. So on Alouette, what we're looking at is a 2-chord song, 2 chords that are coming up in your life. D chord, Alouette, and then you're going to go right up here to the A7. Chante Alouette, Alouette, chante plus marée. Okay, and so that we've already done D and A7 in the last 2-chord song we did, Ain't Gonna Rain No More. So that should be feeling pretty comfortable at this point. Let's give it a try. By the way, in singing this one, just sort of slur your words quite a bit and you'll sound French. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alouette, chante Alouette, Alouette, chante plus marée, chante plus marée la tête, chante plus marée la tête, et la tête, et la tête. Alouette, Alouette, oh, 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 go. Alouette, chante Alouette, Alouette, chante plus marée. One more time. Alouette, chante plus marée. Oops, then go. Alouette, chantez Alouette. Alouette, chantez bleu. Alouette. 10. All right. So there's how you strum and sing. Now, the same thing as we were doing with Ain't Gonna Rain No More, but this has a much better melody to it. So it's a lot more fun to play. Let's do the melody. Again, if you are newer, you should now feel like, hey, I'm got through level 1. I'm able to play. I know how to read tablature. It's just I'm maybe a little bit slow. I'm going to play melody every single time Gary is on YouTube. I'm just going to sit down and play the melody with him, that way you'll get fast, you'll get confident, and things will just start to sound a little better. Okay, from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then go. One more time. Go. I put a 0 in there on measure 14. Instead of going high, I went low. Bong. Okay, next. Let's play the tough axe. Those of you guys have been around a while, you probably know that you're at. When you're newer, if you're level 2, this is tough stuff. This is really, really a full brain power activity, and this is why we do this. This is exactly the what makes playing guitar, playing ukulele, playing baritone worth it, is combining chords and melody at the same time. You shut your mouth off and you let the guitar do all the work for you. Yeah, it's hard work, and let's see how we do. Okay? Grab your D chord, always in fingerstyle. Let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4. Strum, lift your middle. Oh, strum. 2, A7. Strum, add a 3. Open. 2. Strum. 2. Strum. Oh, strum. 2. Strum. 3. Oh, 2. Strum. Strum, oh, 2, pinky, 3, way up there. Bar chord with a 1 on 2, or your index on 2. Slide up to grab the 7, 5, 3, D chord. Oh, strum, bar chord with a 5. Leave your bar on. Bar, regular A chord. Let that ring out, take that fermata seriously, and then to D chord. top. Let's play it one last time. Go. On all 10s, 11, and 12. And there's also a D chord way down there. Sounds pretty at the end. Okay, there's Alouette. That's a ton on Alouette. All right. I do have arpeggio patterns on there. We've talked about those a lot. So just remember, never a bad idea. When you're singing it, one of the times through, play it with arpeggios. Alouette, chante Alouette, Alouette, chante plumare. Okay, so just make sure we always taking a minute to practice your arpeggio picking, because by the time you get to level 3, we're going to be studying them seriously. And if you get a little bit of an advance, you're a little bit have a little bit of practice, you'll be much more comfortable rolling into level 3 with at least the basic arpeggio down. All right, today on level 3, what are we playing? Level 3 is America the Beautiful. So let's go grab America the Beautiful. I don't have it in my book. Really, Gary? All right, let me see. Did I download it? I do not have it. All right, sit and talk amongst yourself. Takes me just a second to download it. I don't know why it's not in my book already. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, go ahead and get warmed up on America the Beautiful. I don't have it in my book for some reason. Let me go grab it. It's connecting. There we go. DenverGuitarOrchestra.com. Songs. There we go. Storage. Download. Guitar. Cloud. America the Beautiful. There it is. Download. How could I not have that after all this time? It's crazy. Okay. Get out of here. Notes. Storage. Downloads. Guitar. America the Beautiful. There we go. All right, now we're ready. Let's see. Elizabeth, book 4. It's in book 4. Oh, that's probably right. I think I downloaded it. I downgraded it from book 4 to book 3 because it's public domain. That's why I did. Thank you, Elizabeth. Let's see. How you feeling? Yeah, great question. Evelyn, are you still there? How's that guitar feeling now that it's set up? That's a great question. Thanks, Vic. Hopefully she's going. Hopefully tears of joy are dripping down her face from how beautiful that guitar sounds. All right, maybe she just got busy. America the Beautiful. Let's run through it. We got all week with this. By the time you get to the end of the week, you'll be back feeling patriotic again. It's a tough time for America these days, and so we all agree that we're playing this song because it used to be true. Okay, and we're not sure if it's still true or not, but we want to believe it. Okay. All right. Get your G chord. I put the fancy G chord on here. Not a bad idea to be practicing that one. Two threes, middle and index there. Evelyn's is definitely easier to play. Pauline says her strings are staying tuned. Okay, guys. You know, I will tell you, these guitars are fussy little guys, and if you will make sure, you know, if you're not here in town, and I don't know if any of you guys are here in town, uh, um, spend a little bit of time making sure your strings are fresh. You need to change strings at least once a year. If you're here playing every single day, you're going to have to change strings more than that. And making sure the action's set up right, the frets are taken care of, the neck is adjusted correctly. If you have a classical guitar, they can't always adjust the necks, but like this one, you can not. It does not have a truss rod, and so you know the neck is what it is. And when you buy a classical guitar, boy, the neck is really the thing that you care about because it's very unadjustable. If you have a metal string guitar, then there'll be a truss rod running through here to strengthen it, and you can adjust the camber on your neck a little bit and make it easier or harder to play. And that's not a everybody doesn't have exactly the same idea of how they want their neck, and so over time you learn how to do that. And so yeah, it's uh, and then of course action. I don't remember. Somebody asked me on an email about action. Action is how high above the fretboard your strings are, and on this guitar, I would say for a classical guitar they're set pretty well. You can see I think, on there about how far they are. For a classical guitar, I want them up a tiny bit more, just because if I do decide to give me a little flamenco strum, I don't want this thing banging up against the frets. But on an electric guitar, you set them much lower because the amplifier is going to be doing a lot of the work for you, and so you set those a lot lower, enabling you to do bar chords a lot easier on electric guitars. I'd say an acoustic guitar somewhere in between those two. A little bit lower than a classical guitar, but a little higher than electric guitar, probably for most people. And of course, it also varies from guitar to guitar. A Fender Stratocaster, I mean, you could barely tell there's any air between the fretboard and the string. On a jazz guitar, you might have it a little bit higher. And so all of those things are things that play into how you set your guitar up, what's playable, what's not. All right, let's dig into this. America the Beautiful, G chord is going to be our bass chord. We're going to go to D chord. This is going to happen every single day when you play guitar, going from G chord to D chord. Okay. Next, they want you to go to A minor, so that's going to be index finger, and then these two fingers jump up. And then to D7, A minor to D7 is going to be a very common thing to do. Just notice A minor. Don't move your index finger. Just move these two guys down to your D7. Okay, waves up, and then back to G chord. For 8 beats. Then you're going to go to D again. To get to E7, slide back, add your middle finger ring. Just think of it as an E chord, but you just don't put down your ring finger. And then A chord, page 2, G chord, A minor, D7, back to A minor, back to D7, back to G chord. Now in this case, because you have a G7 following immediately from the G, you could do it two ways. The busy way, which is probably how I'll end up doing it, G chord to G7. Okay. But the smart way is to just get your G chord on with your pinky here. I hate this shape so much, but it's what the smart thing is. Middle finger, ring finger, pinky, that's your G chord. That leaves your index finger available to do the G7. And then go back to C, the first time you get to C. And then go back to a regular G. Go to your A7, D7, and G chord. So if you're strumming, remember you have lots of choices. Strumming. There's this strum, this strum, this strum, and of course arpeggio picking. Arpeggio picking makes you sound the fanciest and the most sophisticated, but it's not right for every song. And so, and certainly, it is something you want to work on. But who knows whether this song would work? You start usually by messing with it and just see what would happen. Oh, beautiful for spacious sky, for amber waves of green. Sounds pretty good. Maybe that's what we'll do, right? Or, oh, beautiful for space, skies for amber waves of green. That's how folk players do it. And if you're a folk player and all you do is sing and strum, you're for sure going to use a pick on that just to get your volume up and your specific tones out of that. That's what a pick is used for. If you have a classical guitar, probably do not want to use a pick because you're going to end up with scratches on the top of your thing. You really only want to pick guitars that have the pick guard on here. And frankly, if you're learning fingerstyle, which is what we do here, picks is going to slow you down pretty much because sometimes you're going to want to strum and sometimes you're going to want to pluck. And when you have a pick, you have to do something with that pick while you pluck. And I see lots of players, they'll put it up in their mouth and they'll leave it in their mouth while they're playing their fingerstyle stuff, and then they'll go up and grab it and play with that. Or sometimes they'll stick it up here, and it's so they get good at moving that pick around. But it's just one more thing that causes you angst, and who knows whether you need to know. You don't really need to play louder, just turn the amplifier up. All right, let's play it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, beautiful for spacious sky, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains majesty above the fluted plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. One more time. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, purple mountains majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. So now you know why I don't sing. I'm a terrible singer, and boy, I'm fine as long as I'm keeping the beat steady, but I tend to start getting melody and beat confused. And so it sounds pretty with an arpeggio. If you are a singer, I would work on that and see how it goes. All right, next, melody players, let's get it done. Level 3, you know how to do this now. 1, 2, 3. play it one more time. All right, sounds good. Finally, how we do it on time? We'll make this our finish, and then tomorrow we will start on Moon River. We've been playing that last week or so, and so this is nice to work on a brand new song today. We only have 4 days of this song anyway, so let's see if we can't knock it out and really turn it into something. And then tomorrow we'll start with Moon River, and that way I won't run you over. All right, let's do the tough acts. Always start with your G chord or whatever the main chord is. Hit the 3. Nice strum here. Clean it up. 3 back. D chord. Open. A minor. Add your 3. Lose your 3. Or change to D7. Tough moment here. It's an E7, but no single thing you hold down are going to be your standard E7, and the reason is that the note is too far up the neck. So just do your D7 shape, which is here, right? D7, but do that on the 3rd fret, and then just be very mindful. You don't want to just hit any old string. You want to hit strings 4 down. Hit the 5 with your pinky. 5, 7, 7. So you're going to slide this up to 5 and these 2 on 7. Hit the 5 again. And you got your bar chord on 2 with 5, which we do all the time. Grab your 3. And then you're going to have your 8, 7, 7. So again, D7 shape, but just way up here on 787. That's what I mean to say. Am I saying that right? This is on, these 2 are on 7, this is on 8. So it's a G shape. Yeah, so that's your G shape right there. And we're adding in another D on the bottom. Sounds kind of cool. And then 005. 3. A minor with your pinky. Grab the 2 and D7. 3. 3 5s. Hit the 7. Hit the 5s. Hit the other 7. And then 3s. G7 shape. C chord with pinky on the 3. Also a nice G here. A7, pinky, D7, pinky, G chord. Let's go back and play it all. Sorry, guys. C chord. Let's play it one more time. Second ending. 350. All right. Another song where, at least initially, you want to play it slow. Forget what the song is about. Just listen to that melody. That's a nice melody. That's world class. And if you want to change the words to something else, that's fine. But I will tell you that that is a nice. That I'm just playing through that, going, doggone, that sounds nice. So hopefully you're getting the same beauty out of your guitar. Um, Let's see. And so that's it. So tomorrow we'll start measuring. We've been doing this a lot. We'll start with level 4 and go to level 1 at midweek, and then usually after that we can get 1 through 4, no problem. So so anyway, you got Alouette, fun edition today, and then America the Beautiful, hopefully really pretty song you probably have some familiarity with, and it just everything about level 4 at level 3, except not quite such a torturous environment for playing. So hopefully you're having fun with that. All right, let's see. Who stuck with me through here to the end? Been getting 7, 8, 9 of you most days, so thank you all for being here. You guys that are sneaky up here, I don't know who you are. Thanks for being here. I'm really delighted that you join us. Um, let's see, Pauline. Let's see. Very beautiful. It's just a nice. I mean, some of these songs are not hard at all to arrange. This one just flopped on the page. It's beautiful, and so you notice that I could tell I've had this arrangement around for a while because I have a tendency when I was first starting arrangements to kind of avoid using the 5th and 6th string, but feel free on some of these to stick those back in if you want to. Yeah, it's always very enjoyable, right? Nice and peaceful. You'll end up sounding nice. Sounds great, fun learning. You bet. Nancy, you're welcome. JEL, glad you're here, bud. And Elizabeth, good to see you as well. Hope you're feeling well. Guys, tomorrow, Moon River. Let's just keep playing. This instrument takes exactly 10,000 hours to master, which if you've done the math, it's 26 years of 1 hour a day. So 26 years from now, you will have this thing mastered. Until then, We're on a journey. Sometimes we play well, sometimes we play horrible, but we're just going to keep learning and getting better and having nice songs to work on. So I'll see all of you guys again tomorrow. Do good, be safe, practice, keep showing up, and like and subscribe. Have a great day, you guys. I will see you soon. Thanks.